Good morning everyone, welcome back to the vlog. In this episode, as the title says, we're gonna check out a 997.1 Porsche. So we're headed down to Parañaque, we're going to Autohan, and then we're going to look at a manual 997. Kyle actually looked at this car already and he said it was a decent car, so we're going to check it out because we're always looking for base cars that we can convert into RWBs because Nakay is ready to get back to work and come visit us in the Philippines. Kyle also mentioned to me that there was a convertible 997. I don't know if anyone wants to do a convertible RWB, but it's going to look good. I've seen a few samples with Nakay and the chat group that we're on, and the car does look good as a convertible, and the RWB kit does make it look super nice and super wide. For those of you looking for Autohan, you can just type it on Waze or Google. It's here on the way to BF Homes through Sukat Road and passing Tahanan, and we're actually almost there. So when buying an old 997, there's quite a few things to look at, and first off, you're going to have the issues of the lazy starting, the IMS issue. The IMS bearing was only fixed, I think, on the 2000 model onward, and they actually have a few 997s here, a 991, a 997 Turbo, and then the black 997. We've finally arrived. Check out the Land Rover.
Hi, Ange.
Look at this, Autohan.
Good morning.
Good morning. This is Conrad. This is the car. It's a 997-1 Carrera S, but it's a manual. It's a 997-1 Carrera S, but it's an automatic. It's got 20-inch Brixton wheels, black on black. It's been modified already. There's a built-in roll cage, Recaro Sportster seats. This has upgraded RS clutch, and this has a crack. Let's listen to a cold start. So it looks like this car has been heavily modified already. We have the Fab Speed exhaust. Anong exhaust? Fab Speed, the new exhaust. So there's a Fab Speed intake, Fab Speed exhaust, RS clutch, the roll cage, the Recaro Sportster seats, some Renline pedal, dead pedal only actually, and the triple pedal over there. The steering wheel has been changed. Here are some common problems when you're buying a used 997. The monitor usually has this LCD breakage, and the rear view mirror also has this leak. So those are the things you have to look at. Now the clutch on this has been upgraded, so you can hear it when you step on the clutch pedal, that the sound disappears and then it comes back, which means it's a lightened flywheel. The shift knob bushing is a little loose, so it shouldn't have this small play that you don't need, so some of the bushings here need to be replaced. Also, the air conditioning has this thing where it spits out foam when you're going on max. So I think this one's been cleared out. You clear it out by basically leaving it on max, and then later on when you remove the dashboard, you can re-foam these seams so that you can sort of get more efficient cooling. The air conditioning is super cold. Now we have a lot of checks because the seats have been changed. So we have an airbag light, we have fog light check because the taillights have been upgraded to LEDs also. Steering wheel has been upgraded. It's a fat steering wheel with Alcantara. The Alcantara needs to be redone. Now the car is a US version because we do have a mileage on the speedometer rather than kilometers. It looks like the switches have sunk in also. But that's an easy fix. And then some fading, scuffing. Oop, that's loose also. This car is fitted with the carbon ceramic brakes, which is a great option, although it's very expensive to maintain, and if you're gonna track your car, you want something with steel rotors. Now, problems with these cars also are the coolant pipes. If you guys want some other cars, they have some other cars here. This is a Carrera S that looks like a sport classic, a 991.1 GT3 with, I think, Advan wheels. That looks so good. Okay guys, we're leaving Autohan. Make sure you guys give them a visit if you want to see some nice cars. Right now we're gonna head to check out the 997 RWB in Hazard Boy because they're finished aligning it, so hopefully we can grab that. Also bring it back to garage 2233 so we can finish the dyno, and then after that we're going to move some parts from the bodega so that we can drop it off for the SLS. Anyway, just to recap, if you're looking for a 997.1 car, you want to ask for the service records, obviously the IMS bearing issue, the lazy start, which this car didn't have, so it might have been fixed already. The fact that the car has been modified means it has been used a lot, and that means also the owner must have changed something about it. Now, I particularly don't like the Y plate. The Y plate is a Cebu plate, and for me it doesn't work so well in Manila roads. I know the HPG go after the Y plate. Even if the papers have been transferred, the car has been tax paid, the papers have been transferred to a Manila district already, so I'm gonna double check on it just in case we can offer this to one of our other clients, but for me, maybe not. But thank you to Conrad for showing us the car and giving us some time to chat up and catch up. We're back. Here it is, the 997 RWB, and they finished the alignment and the corner weight. I don't like the ride height. I find this a little too high, but for now we're gonna work with it because that's what we have. Edward was able to lower the front. That's about a pinky finger, but with the tractive coilovers we have no choice but to run the spring perch up and down to get a balanced height. We are just going to ask to double tape the plates on because we don't want to get caught, but excited to drive it. Still have some major issues with fitment. This gap is too big. The bumper we decided to change to a carbon race bumper, and then look at that, the gap is humongous. So I'm going to have to ask Kevin to do some adjustments to this bumper. I don't know how we're going to get it to come up just a little. Now the ride height is about 5 fingers, which is fairly good. So the guy was saying on full lock we have issues here.
Balik mo na konti. Okay. Yun. Rubs the radiator. Ano? Fan housing.
Okay. Adjust. Back in the 997 GT3, it's been a while since we got in this car. Now, as you guys know, the engine has been updated to the 4.3, and again, I wasn't quite happy with how it turned out. So we decided to get the car aligned because when they dynoed it, the wheels were not straight and they have a feeling that was robbing us of some horsepower. And I'm quite curious to know if we're going to hit the target horsepower that we need. My initial feedback, the ride of the tractive coilovers is still fairly good. Even with the air cup kit that Kyle installed, we're not having any noise yet. So I haven't hit any bad roads, but so far so good. Not such a quick drive. I'm supposed to break this engine in again also. Arrived. We just spoke to Alfredo and gave him the updates on the 997 GT3, and the car looks so good. I'm going to hopefully get some good rollers out of this. And we just picked up some parts. This is the full exhaust for the SLS. This is a denier system. It's full titanium. And then we also have the headers and downpipes for the Wistek engine components that we're gonna ask Norman to install on the SLS. So we're going to head down there, drop off the mags for the 997 GT3, drop off these things also, and then check out the radio upgrade that Norman was doing. He was saying that there's 2 wires that he doesn't understand, so we're gonna take a quick look at it, drop these off so he can install them, and then take a break for lunch. Checking on the SLS. Where's our light switch? Okay, inside the SLS, I don't know if you guys watched DDE, but we ordered a carbon-tastic wheel. Thank you to Eric, excited to put the wheel on. This is the upgrade that we're working with, and I actually don't know what Norman is having troubles with. I'm guessing it's behind this. Let me put the camera down real quick. Big shout out to Keith from Import Hookup. This is a Tenier exhaust system. Okay, blacked out with valve straight pipe exhaust. This is titanium, nice and light. And these are some Wistek long tube headers. So hopefully this connects to that kit. Wistek is so considerate, they sent gaskets also. That's how it's gonna look. Long tube headers, Y pipe, and then the straight back exhaust. That's gonna be so loud, it's gonna be so crazy. But this will make it sound like an F1 for sure, 100%. Alright, let's get out of here. We're hungry. Norman has to figure out the long tube headers from Wistek to hook up with the Tenier titanium exhaust, because it's actually 2 different suppliers, but hopefully they connect, because normally they're copying the factory mounts to a certain point. Obviously the long tube headers are not standard on the SLS, that's why it sounds very different, but with this setup it should sound like an F1, I promise. So last week we picked up the GT4 RS, that's why the 812 GTS is back at second skin, and I had to have the stripe adjusted because they had basically lifting on some of the corners, but now the car is ready. We're just gonna grab it and park it first because we are waiting for the wheels and exhaust for that car before we can actually start working on it. It's gonna be epic because the wheels look so good. I'm waiting also for some lowering springs from Novitec, which they haven't really been replying to me, so it's been very difficult to grab some stuff from Novitec. I don't know why that is, but yep, I brought the camera out again. We're gonna do some rollers. Hopefully it's not so traffic going back, but the car should look good. Conrad also has this convertible, and I don't know if the color works, but it looks okay, I guess. What wheels should we put? This might be a better buy. It's nice and stock, and the RWB convertible looks so good. Welcome back to Second Skin, and welcome back to the 812 GTS. How is the car? This stripe looks mighty familiar. Is that my stripe? Patterned off.
Yeah, exactly the same.
This matte Aventador looks so good. Okay, I love to stay and chat, but I have to leave.
Bye, and I'll see you soon.
See you.
Take care.
Still owe me one more car.
Where's the car?
It's over there.
Oh, yeah, it's over
You
there.
don't even know where my car
We'll
is.
finish that this month.
It was supposed to be I think
project.
December and then January. It's already Feb, you know.
It's ready, Feb. Yeah, we'll finish it by Feb, and stay tuned for that because that is insane. Very exciting car.
Alright, I'm gonna get some rolling shots of this baby right here, and then we're gonna end the vlog. Make life easy. Oh, this interior is so sexy.
Super.
This interior is so bright. I love it. there you have it. We are parking the car first, and we're just going to wait for some car parts for this car before we start working on it. It's such a fun car to drive and super comfortable. It looks super good. Thank you so much to Second Skin for the beautiful stripe. We're going to cover the car now and end the vlog. See you guys again soon.